everyone, Willow here. Welcome back to Starting Out Solitary. This week I believe we are on week 187 and we are discussing ritual baths. The idea of having a ritual bath prior to physically performing a ritual is to cleanse and clear yourself of any negative spiritual debris, attachments, emotions, and realigning, I guess, your intent or thought of the ritual that you're about to perform. So kind of like a purification, where you're connecting on a spiritual level in preparation for the ritual. Now, in my very first book of shadows, where I'd made a lot of extensive notes, I read in there that I didn't actually write down where I got this information from, but it was recommended or suggested that one takes a shower prior to having a ritual bath. The idea behind that is that when you're having a shower, you are physically cleaning your body, and the ritual bath is more of a bath for the spirit, if you like, in preparation for a ritual. So at that time, we didn't have much rainfall and we were on very strict water restrictions. So I didn't see it right for me to have a shower and a bath. And in complete honesty, I'm a fire sign, I'm an Aries, and I think for me personally, having a shower and then the bath will just kill the mood for me. So I can actually maybe count on my hand the number of times I've had a ritual bath before I performed a ritual, and that was before I had the little ones. But when I do perform a ritual, for me a must is to wash my hands and my face, and I guess the intent behind it is similar to having a ritual bath. I will cleanse and clear during that time. I kind of focus my energy coming out my hands and washing them with soap, and the same with my face, and then I'll perform my ritual. In last week's video I mentioned that at least once a week I will try and have a bath. For me, it's very relaxing. On a physical level, it's it clears and detoxifies, so it opens up your pores and all the toxins are released into the water. Spiritually, for me, it is a time to release any energies or any things that I feel that are not on my highest good, and it's also my contemplation, my thinking time, and I find that it's a time for clarity for me as well. That is mostly done for me on a weekends because hubby will take the kids out, so I have the house to myself and it's nice and quiet, and I can put some music on and light some candles. And if it doesn't happen that week, then I'll aim for the following week or the following week after that. So it's not a religious thing for me as such, but I do keep it in mind, and it is something that I do like to perform on a weekly basis. A little something with my own personal twist that I learned in classes is that depending on the temperature of the water as well, and how I'm feeling and whatever I'm going through at that time, may impact on how I prepare my bath. So for example, if I'm going to do some shadow work, having the water much cooler, for me, quickens the shadow work process, if you like, whereas the warmer temperature for me is kind of nurturing and kind of warming as well. Obviously the water's warm, but yeah, so it depends on what I'm going through at that time. The temperature of the water is something that I consider. Making your own ritual bath, or bath salts I should say, sorry. There is so many different recipes on the internet, and that is something that I've tried. It was my place where I first started. I had a look at what each essential oil or what have you would mean, and I'd mix it up, and sometimes it smelt divine and sometimes not so divine. But my salt, I normally get the pink Himalayan salt, is available in the supermarkets. I find that if you're purchasing any of those sorts of stuff from the metaphysical store, and by this I mean the simple pink Himalayan salt, it is more expensive than if you go into your supermarket or somewhere where you can buy your groceries, or a little bit more in bulk. From Woolies, I think I got my little packet of Himalayan salt for $3, and I'll just mix and create my own bath salts that way. I have of course purchased some from Earthly Alchemy and Laura Bowen. I don't know if she's stocked any at the moment, but they're divine as well. So I do purchase some that others have created as well. For me personally, I do like to also go walk around in my garden. I do grow a lot of herbs and flowers, and I will add that in my bath if I'm not up to, you know, having any bath salts in my bath. Or I will combine that with the bath salts as well. So, you know, lemon balm, I have lemon verbena, rosemary, I'll add that, rose petals, I'll add that in my bath as well. The only thing I find a little bit annoying with that is I don't like it to I don't allow it to go down the drain. I will collect it, pick it up with my hand, and you know, put it back in the garden and bury that. It's just a thing for me. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff go down the drain. What else was there? So it's kind of like water magic. I don't know if I mentioned, and it's my time for me to perform, you know, some spells as well. And mostly it's my cleansing, clearing, and protection spell work that I will perform in there. I wanted to also recommend a book that I found a while ago in an op shop, but it's called Water Magic. And this book is by Mary Murrin, M-U-R-Y-N. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, so I'm sorry if I didn't, but it's a great little book. So in here it's got a lot of recipes as well. It's got homeopathic baths, and it's got recipes in there, and I really like this because not only does it have the recipes, but it actually shares with you how to perform the bath, the purpose behind it, your intentions. So it's quite detailed in its, you know, purpose, how to, etc. So for example, there's a clean up your heart bath. There is a live in the moment bath. A get moving bath. In there is also that shopping list for homeopathic baths. It gives you everything you need to know. So it's a pretty cool little book. There is also healing baths. There's metaphysical baths in there as well. And it explains to the concept behind, you know, having the baths. I know that sounds, you know, how hard can it be? But it's really good because it's kind of not thought-provoking, but it opens up your perception, I guess, on baths. And I found it a very little handy book. Anyway, it has been a very long day. And that's pretty much all I wanted to share on this week's topic. Until my next video, sending you so much love.